I ran out of overtaking lane just as I caught up with that lorry. That's a bummer. Hello and welcome back to Duke on a Bike. I'm just heading back from Castle... I learned to speak. I'm just back from Castle Douglas. I'm just heading up the main road because I've had success in my mission to use up all my fuel. So I've only got about 58 miles left in the tank apparently. And I've got about 25 of them to use up to go home, so better not take any detours. I'm just trying to get some E5, but I can't get that in Castle Douglas. It's E10 only. It seems like we're getting forced into using that stuff. And it does actually make... I do notice a difference. It could be psychological, of course, but I do feel the difference on the bike if I use E10 as opposed to E5, so I'll pay the extra money and have that as long as we can get it. I see they're talking about giving us E15 next, so that'll be 15% ethanol. That's going to cause even more damage to fuel lines and injectors if it's left in it for a while, I am told. I don't know very much about it, but that's what I'm told. I think actually I can overtake there, but always feels a little bit odd. So the bike's going well. I have made a decision that I'm not going to change it for a while. I was kind of looking at some of the other things that were available at the BMW garage when I was there getting a service. But I really think I'm just so happy with this bike that I don't think I'm going to... Well, I know I'm not going to change it because it's got everything I want it to do, and I've got it just the way I want it. And it's bloody comfortable. And it's great. I love it. I'm not going to change it. There's been a lot of talk amongst some friends that have got the NT1100s, and they apparently like them, and they're fantastic looking bikes, fantastic riding bikes, I'm told. So I was kind of looking at that, but my problem is I really would prefer a shaft drive. If they did the NT1100 in shaft drive, I would have it. That's just the way it is. But it's not, it's chain drive, and I'm not great at looking after chains because, well, I'm not used to them really. It's been a while since I had a chain-driven bike. I had my little ER6, which I had for 13 years, and it was a chain, but latterly I hardly ever used it, so it wasn't a problem. There we go. That's better. Yeah, latterly I hardly ever used it, so chain maintenance wasn't a problem. I just had to keep it lubricated to stop it going rusty in the garage. So we're at that time of year where the bike's going to be sitting in the garage for a few weeks at a time, I would imagine. It all depends really if they put salt on the roads. If they don't put salt on the roads, if it's not frosty, then if I get a day like this, I'll still go out in it. I've got sufficient warm gear that the cold isn't a problem, but obviously I don't want to go out if there's a lot of salt on the roads, or if it's certainly not if there's ice on the roads. But it's getting to the stage where we're not going to get as many riding opportunities as we had before, and so I'll just have to make sure the bike's clean when I put it away, because it might be weeks before I see it again. My garage is... I've got a diesel heater in my garage which runs off a thermostat. It's a terrific thing. It runs off red diesel, and when the temperature goes down, it kicks in and warms up my garage. And I've also got a dehumidifier in there which runs off a humidistat, so it doesn't get, the condensation doesn't get up in the garage at all. So the bike's a little bit spoiled. It's probably sometimes warmer than I am in the house, but it's worth doing. I mean, the diesel heater it's just a Chinese diesel heater. I've changed the thermostat on it so that it's a bit more reliable. But it's never given me a minute's bother. I've got one in my workshop as well, and they are terrific things. Very economical, particularly if you run it on red diesel. I think you can run it on paraffin as well, but God knows where you would buy paraffin these days. And yeah, terrific thing. I think they cost me something like about 100 quid when I bought them, and 100 quid each, that is. And they're absolutely brilliant things. I would recommend it, but the Chinese ones are the control unit, the thermostat that's on them is a bit shit. So it's better to change that. I can't remember the name of the one the thermostat that I'm using, or the control unit that I'm using, but if I find it, I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, I would recommend it. A diesel heater. Set it, it doesn't kick in until the temperature gets down to about, I think I've got it set so that the temperature comes on when it's about 5, and it'll warm it up and it'll switch off again when it gets to about 12 or 15, I think. And it just keeps the frost off. And also, if there is condensation in the air, as we quite often get in Scotland, then warming it up makes the dehumidifier kick in and draws all the water out of it. So yeah, well set up. The bike's well looked after. But yeah, I hope that we get some decent riding weather over the winter. We can only hope, and we'll just see what happens. Bugger. If I'd been ready, I could have gone, but I was too busy talking. So I'm just going to give you a little reminder at the end of the month. I'll put the date and the time up on the screen just now, that there's going to be a live stream with myself, Buster Adventure Biker, and Gary, who is Scottish Biker Abroad. I don't know who else is going on it. So if you want to come on and have a little chat to us, come on to the side chat, or if you want to come on to the live stream, speak to Buster. I'll put his links and stuff down below, and yeah, come and join us and have a chat. It's an absolutely cracking day. It's only 11 degrees, but it's an absolutely beautiful day. As you can see, the roads are fairly dry. There's not many leaves on them, so it's lovely. This is quite a busy road, so we just have to put up with it. I'm down to 56 miles left, so I'll go and get filled up. Got all these garden animals. I've changed around the camera so you've got a different view at the front, just to give you something different to look at. And I'll experiment away. I've got, as I mentioned before, I've got 3 Action 4 cameras now, plus my 360 that I'm not really using. So yeah, it gives me a bit of flexibility to move stuff about if I want to. A little bit of experimentation. Anyway, I'll put some music on, enjoy the ride. Thanks again for watching. Oh, before I go, when I got to 100 subscribers and 200 subscribers, I did a little kind of channel giveaway. And then I got to 300 subscribers and didn't. So I'm going to do that. So It's the same format as before. As you probably know, I do laser engraving of keyrings. I'll stick one on screen just now. So if you want a keyring, a leather keyring posted out to you, and it's not going to be restricted to the UK, you can, if you're from other parts of the world, feel free to join in. I'll do 10 again. So history has shown that I never get rid of 10, but if anybody wants one of my keyrings, they're leather, they're stainless steel, and they can be engraved with whatever you want. So a very late celebration of my 300 subscribers. If you want a keyring, the first 10 people that say I want a keyring in the comments or something like that, then they'll get one. And you can drop me an email at tutorinabike@gmail.com as opposed to putting a comment. I prefer you put a comment. The algorithm likes a comment. So if you could put on a comment, that would be great. And then you drop me an email at the email address I've mentioned before. Then we'll sort it out for you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, ride safe, catch you in the next one. Bye.